Hello, namaste, welcome. My name is Veronica and this video is powered by Herbal Card. Today we will be talking about few myths around yoga. Well, a lot of me ask few questions that yoga is only for flexible people, yoga is only for people who are fat, yoga is only for people who are this, who are that. So today we will be talking in detail that what are those myths around yoga and are they actually true? Well, let us start with the most common question. And I would say a most common myth. A lot of people, I ask them, why don't you practice yoga? They said, because I'm not flexible enough. So the first myth is that, do you have to be flexible enough to do yoga? Well, again, it's just a myth, and all you need is to be mentally flexible to accept yourself the way you are. You can start your practice at any level. I started my practice when I was so stiff, I couldn't even touch my toes. So let me tell you that yoga is not just about touching your toes or going to some pose or the other. It's completely your journey. Yoga actually makes you flexible. So no, you don't have to be flexible enough to do yoga. All you need to be is willing. So are you willing to practice? Well, now move ahead for the second question. The second question or the second myth, a lot of people tell me that they don't practice because yoga is only for women. Well, again, it's a myth. Do we ask this question when we see women doing workout in gym that, oh, gym is only for men? No, women are equally participating there. So why can't men come and practice yoga? And I would like to tell you all that yoga was started by men only. If you talk about the founder of yoga, Adi Yogi, he was a male. And mostly the Hatha Yoga practitioners, they all are males. So there is nothing like that yoga is only for males, yoga is only for females. No, anyone can practice yoga. Again, all it takes is the willing. Going ahead, breaking the third myth. Yoga is some sort of religious practice or it's just spiritual. You have to do a lot of chantings, you have to do this. Well, again, it's a myth. Yoga has that spiritual part in it, but yoga is not just that. Yoga is a combination of asana, pranayam, meditation, breath work, and a lot of other things. It's a complete lifestyle. It doesn't tell you to follow one specific religion, or if you don't want to pursue spirituality in your life, it is okay. If you want to just take up the physical aspect of it, it is open to you. The platter is all here. Aapko usme se kya lena hai, that should be your call. If I just want to eat fruits, it's okay. I want to eat something else, that's my call. If I just want to take a glass of juice, that's completely fine. So what you want to take out of all, your call. Nothing essentially spiritual or religious, but yes, yoga has the element of spirituality associated with it. That breaks another myth which says that yoga is just some sort of workout. Well, yes, it is workout, but more than that, yoga is a way within. It is work in. Little bit workout, you stretch your muscles, you give your muscles nice toning, your body gets in shape, you feel more healthy, active. But more than that, yoga is the work within. You actually feel more connected to yourself. Well, I'll tell you, one of my colleagues, he started practicing and he said, oh, there's a muscle in my back which I never felt, but now I started feeling that muscle as well. So yoga is a journey within. Workout is there. There's a lot of difference between your regular gym workout and your yoga practice. A lot of difference. We will talk about that later, but for now, yoga, I would say, is not just workout, it's work within. एक और myth जो बहुत मेरे सामने आती है वो कि योगा बहुत slow practice है. Well, there are a lot of practices in yoga. If you talk about, we have Hatha Yoga, which is very slow because it requires you to be still. Well, in the life where we all are moving, it becomes slightly difficult for us to be still. But when we hold a posture, it creates a different sort of energy in our body. But that's okay. If you are not someone who like to be still or hold a posture, there are practices like Ashtanga, Vinyasa. There are so many practices. Then you want to go more slow, there is practices. There are practices like Iyengar, then you have Yin Yoga. So you have to choose for yourself, If you talk about Indian texts, they talk about Bhakti Yoga also, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. So there are a lot of segments of yoga. What you want to practice is your call. So we start from here, and then you can increase your level of practice. If you want more speed, I would advise you to go towards Ashtanga Vinyasa. That requires a lot of movement. And if you are someone who likes to be still and who want to take the practice light and slow, go for Hatha or Iyengar or maybe Yin. Well, moving ahead with another myth, that yoga is only for people who are too old, yoga is only for people who are too young, yoga is not advisable for someone who is diabetic, not advisable for someone who's asthmatic, or pregnant women cannot do yoga. Well, again, that's not correct. Yoga is for everyone. All you need to do is be ready for it. There are different practices. Well, there are few restrictions if you have some sort of ailments. Like for a diabetic, there are few practices which are restricted. If you have high blood pressure, if you are pregnant, there are few practices which are restricted. Everyone has a different capacity. So according to your own capacity, if I can hold the posture for, let's say, 30 seconds, there could be someone who can hold it for 1 minute. So it's completely your own capacity. Anyone can do yoga. Anyone, but there are few restrictions and precautions, contraindications that you have to be aware of. That is why I always tell that you have to get your training under a competent teacher. Well, another myth that yoga is a practice that I can just see it from anywhere and I'll start practicing. Well, you should always start your practice under a competent teacher, especially if you have any sort of ailment. There is a segment called yoga therapy. Get trained under a good therapist, take some time out, and very, very important thing that yoga is a journey which connects you to your own self. All you need to do is be ready, be willing that, okay, I will practice. Rest all the other things are myths. Thank you. If you like this video, drop us in comments and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Namaste.